Isn't it crazy that our last discussion was about the Oscars and considering RRR for those awards? And I'm sure the same would partially excite us in the anticipation of what will be India's official entry to the Oscars, or even the possibility of RRR slipping its way through the general categories. And an award night last night only just happened, and barely anyone knows. So the Filmfare Awards took place last night, and let's just say two things. One, nobody really regards the award shows as anything significant other than the fact that it's a way for celebrities in an echo chamber to get together and pat themselves on the back. And two, what was once regarded as family get-togethers to watch on TV in the evening, as genuinely to see your favorite performers, hosts, and actors to win in categories, has transformed into there barely being an iota of interest of what transpired at the event, even from an audience's perspective. As this is a channel dedicated to everything related to films, I was still, of course, interested on who bagged the awards, and this was an interesting night of deserved winners and certainly some snubs that can be discussed. What's also become wildly apparent to me regarding some of these Indian award shows is that now there are so many categories for the same award. Most of the time, the jury and the sponsors cover every possible track just to make sure everyone is satisfied. And that includes the new phenomena of adding a popular and critics category for every possible award. I think first let's get to the awards that were thoroughly deserved, and then let's get to the spicy snubs I'm sure all of you have an opinion about. So do write down your thoughts on the categories and the awards that riled you up the most. I think the wins that were absolutely deserved were for Sardar Udham bagging most of the technical awards. The film was shot exceptionally well, spanning across continents, and the sheer effort behind the scenes was wildly apparent. The film won in the categories for Best VFX, Sound Design, Production Design, Costumes, and Cinematography. I mean, it's safe to say that most of us watching the film that we would have paid top dollar to see the spectacle unfold in theaters. While many debated with me that Sardar Udham probably wouldn't have been showered with the same love if it released directly in theaters, I'm of the opinion that audiences resonate with good compelling stories, irrespective. So if the said hypothetical situation did exist, I would have sure been blown away on how they executed the film, especially the heartbreaking final 40 minutes. Some of the deserved awards were also showered upon the team of Shershaah. The tale of Vikram Batra through the eyes of Vishnu Vardhan really did engage us both from a visual and emotional standpoint. The movie bagged the awards for Best Action and Best Editing. The fact that the creators actually physically went to Kargil and shot the battle sequences really led to enhancing the overall quality of this powerful film. Even though one can debate about the hypothetical theatrical experience of Sardar Udham and whether it would have been lapped up by the audience, one thing with absolute surety I can say is that Shershaah would have been an absolute blockbuster had it released in theaters. You know, in most of the reviews we talk about the music of the film, and I have to confess that I was absolutely obsessed with the music of Shershaah. Hell, my last dance video was also on the film's song, and I still often play it on loop. So when Assis Kaur won for Rata Lambia and Deep Rak won for Man Bhariya, I think it was totally deserved. One can pitch for a shout out, say, for Arijit Singh and the vocals he lent for Reet Zarasi from Atrangi Re, but I think one can't really debate about both the songs from Shershaah being absolute bangers. Shershaah won Best Music Album and Vishnu Vardhan won Best Director. I think very few people understand the sheer contribution of a creator like Vishnu Vardhan and how important it was that if Vikram Batra's story was to be told with authenticity, one needs a director like Vardhan, who made it technically shine but emotionally also drew you in. The osmosis of talent across India with this project is the perfect marriage that can be celebrated as Indian cinema, unlike what we saw a few days ago. Vicky Kaushal won the Best Actor Critics category, and I think there's no doubt in my mind about the fact that the actor was the standout performer of the year with Sardar Udham. Kriti Sanon won Best Actress for Mimi, and the fact that Vidya Balan won for Sherni in the Best Actress Critics category, I think I could not oppose the winners at all because three of my favorite performers were Kriti, Vidya and Sania Malhotra for Paglet. Kangana Ranaut and her conflict with Filmfare is another story altogether, where supposedly she was being presented with the award but she decided to call out the credibility of Filmfare, leading to a back and forth between the actor and the organization. That's just too much hearsay that just can't be expanded upon without me misrepresenting each party. One can create a case for Pariniti Chopra and Sandeep or Pinky Farrar as well, but there were some real powerful performances by women in 2021. But I don't think there's a large snub in my eyes. Both Pankaj Tripathi and Sai Tamankar won Best Supporting Actors, and I thought they really elevated the quality of Mimi, and this was thoroughly deserved. Finally, I was supremely happy for Ihan Bhatt to win Best Debut for his role in 99 Songs, which was an absolute treat to watch for me. And I have to say, the dude has a presence in front of camera that, with a lot of surety, I can say, guarantees a long and prosperous career for the man. Now let's get to the slightly contentious or debatable categories of the night. Sardar Udham won the award for Best Background Score, and I think in the pursuit of showering them with technical awards, one forgot that there were other capable contenders in the category, including Atrangi Ray. That was really a musical marvel for me by A.R. Rahman, especially ARR in the finale of the film, just singing gibberish and humming his way through the tune of Reet Zarasi was and is still magical to listen to. I'm just not a fan of Chaka Chak winning Best Choreography for the sheer meme that it became and the fact that it's so basic in form. I can still make the case for Param Sundari, but a song that most people sleep on is Nain Bande Nain Se from Talaivi, that is much more complex and beautiful in form. I think Chandigarh Kare Aashiki really did deliver a very taboo subject with a soft landing with great effectiveness last year, but to give it Best Original Story overriding Sardar Udham and Shershaah, I felt was just a way not to create an absolute swipe for both the Hindi films. Sharvari Bagh winning Best Debut Female is more the case of the lack of debuts that can happen in the same year, because her appearance in Bunty or Bubbly 2 was forgettable at best. Even though she has great potential, you can clearly tell that the category becomes about who simply debuted versus who is the best performer. The most talked about category of snub for some people is the Best Actor Popular category, being handed over to Ranveer Singh for 83. I personally loved Ranveer's performance in the film that received a very lukewarm response from audiences with its theatrical release. But I've got to say, this was a huge chance for Siddharth Malhotra winning the award in the same category. There's no room for doubt that Ranveer is a more versatile and capable actor than Siddharth. But I think when you look at both the performances and how they holistically turned out with respect to how they contributed to the film's storyline, Siddharth really did an exceptional job as Vikram Batra. Ranveer had a more complex role to portray and did so well. But in the case that this is the popular category, which clearly denotes it has to represent the audience's favorite, I think the masses resonated more with Siddharth's portrayal of Vikram Batra than Ranveer's of Kapil Dev. I don't think this is a total snub though, where there is a monumental difference in quality, but it's still debatable. What's sad, however, about this year's award show was that there were barely any stars involved. What was once considered to be a star-studded affair was so basic and forgettable in its entirety that I feel even the talent themselves couldn't care less about the event and the accolades associated. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below of who deserved the awards and what were your biggest snubs. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle is right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.